Remember how long? Guess I always been this way, running 90 miles a minute all night and day, doing things that'd kill a lesser man or get him locked up tight. Never meant to hurt nobody, no I ain't like that, just trying to make my way any way I can. There's a lot of folks out there wanna slow me down, make me act right.
Tried for you, Josh. Right lane, baby. Right lane. Right lane, baby. Let's go. Right lane. Right lane. Left lane. Left lane. You're back. How was it? Left lane. Left lane by two. Left lane, bitch. Left lane. Left lane, baby. You. Thank you, baby.
I'm Nick Violetto, known as Schoolboy. I'm from Chicago, Illinois. I do a lot of no prep and street racing around here. What got me into street racing, when I was in high school, I had a Camaro, put a nitrous kit on it, street raced it through high school, and that's pretty much what got me into it, and got me here today. In high school, I had a '99 Camaro. It was a cam-only car on nitrous. Did a ton of street racing with it. Beat a lot of cars on the street, and that's kind of where I evolved from. It turned into a race car. It was a twin turbo deal, you know, cage, you know, full race car. From there, we kind of found the limits of what I think the chassis can take on a really bad surface. I've always liked fox bodies when I was a kid, so bought the fox body, and I worked for an LS shop in Schaumburg, so you know what else are we gonna do but put an LS in it? So fox body now is a twin turbo LS. You know, the chassis is a lot easier to work with, a lot easier to get to work on a bad surface. So that's kind of where I evolved into the fox body deal rather than staying with the F bodies. We hold a lot of cash days in Chicago. Some of the most memorable wins with the car is a few years ago we had a lot of 15 and 20 car fields that we were able to pull off the win in. So we knew we had a good working chassis and a good working car that just needed to be tweaked. So I would say the most memorable times with the car have been on the street and wins on the street in the Chicagoland area. This season and a little bit of last season, we spent a lot of time traveling around and competing with some of the fastest guys in the Midwest area, which we can hold our own. I mean, we don't go out and win everything out there, but we get in the finals and the semifinals, and our specialty is really bad surfaces and getting the car to work on next to no prep. Last year we made it out to the Big End Banger. We got canceled due to a wreck. Unfortunately, we went out first round there. They had some street race action after that, which we did really well in. We ended up making it to the semifinal. The car was working real well. I think it was 8 cars, so we made it to the final out of 8 cars, and unfortunately red lit. Got the loss there, but I feel like we would have had enough to beat them had we have not, red lit by that little bit. This season we made it out to an airport race, which is again a really bad surface. There was a total of 16 cars. We actually made it to the final against Sean. Ended up edging him out a little bit and took home $5 grand, so that was nice. Again, the car is built for a really bad surface, very low traction, and that's where we shine. I work for a company called Speed Inc. out of Schaumburg. We specialize in late model GM vehicles with an LS platform. So, obviously I have free reign to the shop and all the, necessities to build a car like this, which is real nice. So, I have to give a huge thank to Tom, the owner over there. He's like my second dad. Do anything at the shop. fabrication. You know, the whole car was built there by me. I like to thank, you know, Hughes Performance with the converter. Pete's a great dude. Answers questions at all hours of the night. Always helping me out. You know, sending me different stators overnight if I need them. You know, just making sure the car, you know, is working the way it should be. I have to thank Legend Racing. They built the short block. You know, 2 seasons on a short block at, you know, over 40 pounds of boost is pretty good. And it's a stock block car, stock block LS. So, you know, it's doing really well. I have to thank work turbos. That's what I have in the car. I got 2 work turbos that were, you know, done up by Reed, which are real nice. They work really well with the small motor and just complement the whole combination. And then last but not least would be High Performance Racing Transmissions. Built the transmission in the car. It's been fine, and it held up to a lot of power and a lot of street use and a lot of heat, you know, for the last 2 years. So I have to thank a huge thanks to my crew, 247 Motorsports. Brandon showed me a lot on the Holly system, and you know, has done a lot with it over the last 2 years. So you know, he's a whiz behind it. Does really well. You know, she kind of showed me the ins and outs. And just my whole 247 crew, they're the best group of guys you're ever going to work with. Steven, you know, who lines me up, is there anytime I need him. Call him at, you know, 2 in the morning. Hey, we need to go test on this road. We have this coming up. He's the first one there, you know, out there test with me. So huge thank to Steven as well. And just basically my whole group of guys. Like, the car wouldn't be where it was without my crew and everybody that, you know, puts into this car and puts in the effort and puts in the time with me. My goals for the rest of the season would be to go out and win the banger. Sean beat me in the final, so I'd like to get that, you know, that win back. That would be nice. The banger is always a good time, you know, real bad surface. I like to get out on the street a little bit more. It seems like the street's been dead, but you know, that's where we, you know, came from. Is everything we do is street racing and you know, no prep. So I'd really like to get back to that. It just seems like there isn't a bunch of it, you know, isn't a lot of it right now. We have the car pretty much worked out on the bad surfaces, so you know, I like to get into more of that and just chip away at it and get as fast as we can get it. That's about it. Where'd that prep go?
Anybody want about 100?
Yeah, remember how long? Guess I always been this way, running 90 miles a minute all night and day, doing things that'd kill a lesser man or get him locked up tight. Never meant to hurt nobody, no I ain't like that, just trying to make my way any way I can. There's a lot of folks out there wanna slow me down, make me act right.